Hi. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how you can earn online with no referring, no recruiting, no promoting, no selling, no investing, and no crypto. My name is Ed Newman, and today's video is about earning online. Let me get rid of my window here. Okay. Please like this video, leave a comment on what you think, and subscribe to my channel for future updates and other ways to earn online. In this video, you'll learn how to create a real business which will require real work. At some point, like when you start making over 10K per month, you might even want to hire employees or a virtual assistant to help you and make it more passive. You can even have family help. You might be wondering, if you don't have to promote anything, why am I promoting it now? Because you can earn a small amount by promoting, like $7, but that's not how you or I will be making most of our money. This will require a minimum of around $200 to get started, but the more you have, the better. You can start with a little bit just to see how it's working and then add more as you go. This money is mostly for the tools you'll need. You're not paying me anything. It is very low risk. It can work from any country, and it can be done part-time or full-time. Before I tell you exactly what I'm referring to, let me say that you have probably heard of this before, and you might have even tried it before, but you probably didn't try it like I'm going to show you. So watch to the end to learn everything and why this is probably perfect for you. What I'm referring to is selling on Amazon via FBA using the Replens model, and that's the key here. It's the Replens model. We're not doing drop shipping, we're not doing wholesaling, or some of that other stuff you've probably heard of. Since COVID, more people than ever are buying online, and it's only getting better going forward. FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. That means you find products that sell very well, then you ship them all like in a couple big boxes to Amazon, so you're not shipping individual products. And Amazon then ships those items to your customers when they sell, and they handle all the order processing, shipping, customer support, and returns. Much easier than shipping items to custom yourself. Plus, as you get more bigger sales because these items can be sold via Prime. People who have Prime will pay almost anything for items, and they rarely do any price comparison whatsoever. And you'll see what I mean when I show you the item I'm going to show you today. What I'm doing is called online arbitrage and retail arbitrage using the Replens model. Replens means I'm selling products I can easily replenish. Doesn't mean it's easily replenishable by the customer, such as groceries and that kind of stuff. I do sell groceries, but not everything has to be replenishable to the customer. It's replenishable to us, the seller. This is different from only finding things that are on sale, that once the sale is over, you have to find different things to sell. The key is you want to find a bunch of different items that you can just keep sending to Amazon once they sell out. So it can become semi-passive once you get all of these items to Amazon, because Amazon does all the selling, they do all the shipping, they do everything. The only thing you got to do is make sure they don't run out of stock. Of course, if you want to keep growing and growing and growing, you still want to keep adding more and different items to your list. You want to find products you can pay full price for and constantly sell and rebuy. A sale is great, but you want items that are profitable even when not on sale. So if you have an item that you're selling and it goes on sale, then that's the time to stock up on them. You also want to only resell products that will sell quickly. So that's the key thing that we're going to be doing here. We're not just picking random things that are on sale and things that we see that we think that people will like. In fact, you really don't even want to sell items that you even know what they are. Some of the best-selling items I have is not something I would ever even buy. It's just things that you find that are profitable. So the key thing is, again, you want to find things that are selling very well on Amazon and then source those items. So we're not just sending random stuff to Amazon in hopes that they sell. We're only selling stuff we know sell. And we're only going to buy items in a small quantity, let's say 1 to 3, to test them out to make sure that even though it seems like it will sell, it actually does sell. And then once you ship them in and it sells within a short period of time, then those you're going to buy more of. If you ship them in and they don't sell very quickly, then those are ones you're not going to keep buying. Now, you can either buy stuff online, which is what I do, or you can go to a local store and buy it, such as Walmart, Target, those kind of places. If you're outside the United States, you would buy from a United States retailer, such as Walmart, and have it shipped to a United States prep center, and then they handle all of the work. They'll receive the packaging, they'll label them for Amazon and ship them to Amazon. You can also use a prep center of the United States to save a lot of work. I haven't gotten to that step yet. I actually enjoy putting all the stuff in the boxes and stuff like that, so I'll have to probably get up to about 10K a month before I start using a prep center. Most people think that Amazon has the cheapest price, so never look elsewhere. They love their Prime membership. This is not true. I can even show you on Amazon some items that even on Amazon you can find cheaper. But people just want them shipped Prime, so they don't even look at to see if it's the cheapest price. All right, now the last line was really just from my notes, but this is what I look for in an item. I look for something that shows up as green in BuyBot Pro. That's a Chrome extension that I use that tells me the Amazon stats and stuff on an item. I want to make a minimum profit on each item of $5, a minimum return on investment of each item of 50%. So that means if I buy something for if I pay $10 for something, I want to make at least $5 profit on it. So basically, get back $15. A minimum sales per month of 5. I don't want the sellers increasing, and I don't want Amazon to be a seller. You cannot compete with Amazon itself. And I don't want the product to be hazmat, because that requires special training and special program you have to be in, which I'm not in. All right. Let's take a look at an item. Okay, so we can see here the item we're looking at is Liquid Plumr 32 ounce. And one of the things you also want to have when you buy stuff online for this is all these extensions here that give you cash back. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Different ones work better on different sites. Nothing really worked great on Walmart. Okay, so let's see. So Liquid Plumr, $4.57 for a 32-ounce bottle. So now what do you think that this would sell on Amazon for? Make a guess. You're going to be surprised. $22.99. Let me show you what the Amazon Buy Box. This is the Amazon Buy Box right here. This is what you're trying to look for. You're trying to get it so that your name shows up here, because then when somebody clicks add to cart, they get to buy. Now, Amazon will rotate their sellers through this buy box. So 1 minute this may be this guy Buy Boxer, next guy may be somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else. That's the key. And you only get this if you are doing fulfillment by Amazon, meaning Amazon is shipping the items because they have possession of the items so they can ship them. If you're doing what's called merchant fulfilled, meaning that you ship them yourself, then you don't always get the buy box, and it's tougher to get the buy box. And we're not talking about that because I don't want to be shipping out products to customers. So let's go and see how much money we can make on this. This is the extension that I use called BuyBot Pro. It does an analysis of every listing on Amazon that you're looking at to find out certain parameters of it. Another extension that you're going to need is Keepa. This is the Keepa extension. It tells you sale history. I'll explain this to you in a minute. This is an absolute requirement to have Keepa. Keepa is $17 a month. The BuyBot Pro is something that I would say is required. Not everybody. Some people like to do a lot of manual work. You'd have to do stuff, with a calculator and go to a lot of different web pages to solve with this. There's also other things out there that are similar, but this one here is the one I like. It's $29 a month. I'll actually put a link in the description if you want to go take a look at all the specs of it and that kind of stuff. So let's take a look and see what we're seeing here with BuyBot Pro. Okay, so we are paying $4.57 for this item at Walmart. It's selling on Amazon for $22.99, and we're making $9.50 profit. So that means we're getting paid back the $4.57 plus the $9.50. So that's what, 13 something? Just about $14. Yeah, just about $14. So that's an ROI of 201%. And the BSR means we're looking at items that are only in the top 1% of their category, which means that they're selling pretty well. Now, this particular item that I'm showing you right now is not an item that, even though it has a very high ROI, it doesn't sell all that many times a month. That's why I'm showing it to you. I'm not going to show you all my great items, because if I show you all my great items, everybody will start selling the same items, and then it'll be like 1 million people selling it. And like I said, the buy box gets shared between the people selling it. So if we go down here, we can see who's selling it right now. The one in green is somebody who's selling fulfillment by Amazon FBA. So they're going to be pretty much dominating the buy box here, because the only other, these are merchant fulfilled. See, he's got 30 in stock. These guys each got 2 and 3. So these guys aren't going to get any sales until this guy runs out of 30. So this is a pretty good item. I might pick up a couple of these. I'm not really sure about it yet. I'll show you why in a second. But anyway, the key thing that I look at, as originally said, this, you want this thing to be green. So that analyzes a lot of factors for you without you specifically going in there and looking at it. So this is a green thing. So this is probably something that would be good to sell. See if I covered all the other stuff. It also indicates there's 2 things here. This is another extension. This isn't one I'm going to talk about, because it basically covers all your stuff down here. It's, can I sell this? That means you're not restricted to sell this product. It's not hazmat, and it's not dangerous goods. So this is an item that I'm fine to sell. All right, now let's go down and look at the Keepa graphs. This is what's going to tell you about what's going on here. So this is an item that see the red here? That's the buy box right there, the red. So that's the price that this thing is typically at. Now it's a little higher right now than it's been in the past. We're at about 24 now, and it's typically here at 20-ish. So let me see, the break-even cost on this is $11.81. What that means is, if I'd have to pay $4.57 for this item, and as long as it sold for over $11.81, I would make a profit. Let's go back. So even back at this price here, you're still going to be making money at it, so that's fine. Now, the way Keepa works is, this is showing you back 3 months. You can go back a year, which is usually a good idea for some things. You see, it's still pretty, it's between back here, when the orange is here, this is Amazon was selling it. So when Amazon sells something, it's typically going to be cheaper. They're not really they're not on the listing very often. So once Amazon got off the list, and then the price went up a little. Every time you see one of these green things come down, the green line is what's called the sales rank. And every time the sales rank comes down, at least one item has sold. Otherwise, the rank wouldn't change. So you can see how many times it sells. Let's go back to the 3 months. By how many times this thing comes down. And you can shortcut it by going down here to statistics. And under I can't move the mouse there, but if you see the bottom right number where it says 6 per month, that's how many drops the sales rank has had. So this thing is selling around 6 per month, and I said the minimum that I would tolerate would be 5. So this is within my range, even though, again, there's one other guy in it right now, so that means I would probably sell 3 of these a month. So I was making $9, so I'm making $27 a month on this particular item. So it's okay. Again, this isn't one of my great sellers, because I don't want to. There's only, if I sold on this, then there'll only be 2 sellers. But if probably now, once I sell, I probably won't sell on this, because now that I'm posting this thing here, probably anybody who sees this video, especially if they're already a seller on Amazon, is going to go pick this item up and sell it. So next time you look at this item, maybe 10 sellers on it or something. Okay, so that's how it basically works. You need these 2 extensions. The Keepa at $17, which is what does. Then you could theoretically get away without Keepa, because BuyBot Pro has the graphs too. But I like the additional things of Keepa, where you can go in and you can look at a lot of other things. For instance, the sharing of the buy box. That's something that I like to see. You can see there were some other sellers on this Oh, let me show you something else too. This is how often the buy box was shared between different sellers. I don't know if these Lock and Shell. Let's see if those are those these 2 sellers here. Lock and Shell. No. If you look at this other graph here, this shows you how many sellers are on the item. What you don't want is, and unfortunately I can't really show you this very easily, but you don't want a graph that's going up, 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 because that means there's more and more sellers on this. You can see this has actually had more sellers in the past and has come down. So there's only 3 sellers on it right now. So this is like a perfect item. And it really hasn't been dramatically more. What has it been? The maximum of 4 sellers over its entire life. So, it's staying fairly constant. Let's go back over the year. Yeah, still hasn't been up, hasn't never been over 4. So this is a very consistent product. Again, you want to stay away from something where the sellers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because first of all, it's more competition. And as you get more competition, then you start getting into price wars, and the price will start. So what happens is the sellers go up, the price goes down. What you want to look for is something that's fairly consistent. And this was fairly consistent with the price. That's what we're looking for. It's not big dramatic shifts. The only big dramatic shift is when Amazon's on it, and they haven't been on it since September, so it's not something they're concentrating on. And you want something here that isn't constantly just rising. So that's why you want to keep it, so you can see history. This is no good. If this was a great price, well, first of all, this wouldn't be lit green if this was only temporarily. But sometimes you'll have a price like right here where it's really high, but it's only really high for like 1 or 2 days. So if it's profitable here, but it's not profitable when it's this price, and that's not something you want to buy, because it was only, let's say you looked at the listing and today here it was, and it was at $29.99, and you'd have to sell it for more than, let's say, $22 to make a profit. Well, then you look back and it's, the average price is down lower. You can actually go and look and see up here what the average price was. Okay, the buy box price, the average was 22, even over its entire, well, actually way back in over a year ago, it was down to 20. But remember, we're making a profit on anything above, I think it was $11.80 or something like that. So even over all time, we would still make money on this. Again, we're only paying $4.57. So even at this price, we're making like 100% ROI almost. Well, maybe 75% here. But all right, so that's why you need the BuyBot Pro extension. That helps you analyze the listing. Once you get used to doing this goes very quickly. I'm just trying to explain everything to you now. And this is just the shortcut where you can see everything in one box. All this information is shown over here. Okay, so that's how you analyze a listing. Again, we're looking for a green BuyBox Pro score, minimum profit of $5, minimum ROI of 50%, minimum sales per month of 5, sellers not rising, Amazon not a seller. By Amazon not being a seller, even though Amazon was occasionally a seller on this one, it's very minimal. You don't want something where that's almost like all orange and lit up, and Amazon just occasionally goes out of stock on it. And you want something that's non-hazmat. Okay? The toughest part of this earning method is finding items to sell that are both profitable and quick turnover. The solution to that is the Proven Amazon course, PAC, which goes into great detail and gives over-the-shoulder examples of doing both online arbitrage and retail arbitrage. Online is buying everything buying everything on the computer and have it shipped to you at home. RA is retail arbitrage, where you actually go to a Walmart or Target or wherever and buy the stuff there yourself. The one good thing about RA is you can see the stuff right in front of you, and if it's something that's profitable, you just pick it up right away. So some people go and spend like 8 hours in a Walmart or something like that, just going up and down the aisles and looking at items. In the past, many people have looked at items and scanned barcodes and stuff like that. We don't. What's taught in the Proven Amazon course is not scanning barcodes, because the problem when you scan barcodes is you find the same listings on Amazon that everybody else is finding, and then you have too much competition. So we don't scan barcodes. We key in descriptions and some short codes, and we look for items that are sometimes packed in like multiple quantities. Oddly, on Amazon, maybe one thing sells for $10, but then 2 things sell for $25. So if you can sell 2 for $25 as opposed to 1 each for $10 for $20 for 2, it's better to sell on a listing that's the $25. Like, people just don't look that up. Most of the people on Amazon are not doing price shopping, so if they see a package of 2, they assume that it's a good deal. And the really good deals sometimes are on packages of 6 and stuff like that. And also we do bundles, which might have like a shampoo from some company and a conditioner packaged in the same package. And that's, again, something you can't scan with a barcode because it doesn't exist. That Proven Amazon course has many different trainings, but the one you want to focus on is called RA Replenish course. Let me show you what that looks like. A pack. And we want to go down here. A lot of different courses here, but the one we want to look at is RA Replenish. This may be in a different position on your course, but you're looking for this specific course, RA Replenish. Okay, now it's got all these different training modules here. See, I've only been through the first 3. There's topics in each one of these. So it's got all of these things there. All of these things here. Here's the examples where they show you how to do the live. And the reason why I am only here is because I am in the 0 to 10K per month. I haven't broken 10K yet, so there's not really much sense in me looking at what the training is in the 10K to 40K and the 40K to 70K and the 70K to 100K. As I start increasing my daily or my monthly sales, then I'll start looking at the rest of these modules here. Now there's also, let me go back, let me stay on track with my slide. Okay. There's also an upsell, which is a private Facebook group, which is $9 a month, called the 0 to 100K in Replens. That's a monthly thing. So that's a very good Facebook group to be in. It's only $9 a month. I highly recommend it. When you join PAC through my link, you also get my help whenever you get stuck. I also give you a trick for easily finding products to sell. I've been doing this a little over 3 months and up to around 2K a month in profit. This is my main focus right now. I kind of like this. This is easy to do, and it can become passive once you get all the stuff to Amazon. I mean, you don't want to be always passive, but I mean, you can go do stuff for months at a time and then just make sure you get stuff shipped after you get back. Sorry, I lost track. I've been doing this for, There's also a link in the description for a free Facebook group, so you can go join that free Facebook group right now and just see what other people are saying. That's not the one that's $9 a month. There's like, I think, 65,000 members in this free group, where the other one only has maybe 2K or something like that. So it's a lot more noise in the 65K group. The additional expenses you need an Amazon Pro selling account, which is $39 a month. You need Keepa, which is $17 a month. You also need BuyBot Pro, which is the one, well, you don't need. You can get away without it, but I highly recommend you get the BuyBot Pro for $30 a month. Then you need money for inventory. The goal is to turn your inventory over within 1 to 2 months. So the more money you can invest in inventory, the quicker you're going to grow and the better it is. Now I know people are scared to sometimes put money into stuff, so you don't have to put a lot of money in the beginning. You just put like $100 in or $200 in and see how it goes. And then once you see that you get comfortable with the system and you see that stuff is selling and you're making money, then you can start scaling up. So the best thing to do right now is to join both PAC, the Proven Amazon course for $29 a month, and the $9 a month Facebook group, and evaluate them for 1 month. You don't really need to right now get the Amazon Pro account, get the Keepa account, and get the BuyBot Pro until you actually are ready to start selling. So you can pick up this stuff, go through, evaluate it, and see what you like. Okay, so please like this video, leave a comment, what you think, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching.